Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at it with another video to talk some more sports on the channel. And we got some groundbreaking NBA news to make, and that is Clippers superstar player, yes, of my Los Angeles Clippers, Paul George, has been upgraded to questionable for tonight's game against the Utah Jazz. Now, if you don't know what's been going on with Paul George and why he's been out for what it seems like a good chunk of the season, apparently he had some sort of injury in his elbow with his UCL. And predominantly, if you know about UCL injuries, if you watch baseball, especially when it comes to pitchers, because of it, pitchers end up getting Tommy John surgery for it. The Clippers, they felt like he didn't need to get surgery on his elbow and they just rested it. They gave like an update a month ago and there was like literally no progress. And after I heard that, as a Clipper fan, I'm like, just shut this guy down and just go into next year. But no, he got upgraded to questionable for tonight's game against the Jazz, which I think is a game that the Clippers definitely need for them to win, as well as for him to play for them. But, you know, he played. Ty Lue said he did 5v5 practice yesterday, and he looks good to go. So there's a chance that Paul George could play tonight against the Utah Jazz. Now, obviously, as a Clipper fan, listen, for me as a Clipper fan, I have to see it to believe it. I have to actually see him on the court wearing the Clippers jersey right then and there for me to believe he's back, because I'm already at this point in the season as a Clippers fan, I'm just relegated to the point that him, Kawhi Leonard, and Norman Powell are not coming back at all this season. I don't think they're coming back. I think it'd be extremely stupid to bring them back right now, with the Clippers having like, I think 8 games left on their schedule, because you're rushing them to come back. They have to rebuild the chemistry, how to play with teammates all over again, because they sat out for long periods of time. And more importantly, these 3 players have to get adjusted to playing with each other when they're all in the same starting lineup. And typically, that would need to be taken during the regular season. So if it was me, if I was the medical staff of the Clippers, I would personally shut them all down. Now, the reason why the Clippers never did that and the medical team never did that is because of this. They know Clipper fans are going to try to go to games as much as they can to see the players, and that's the reason why. They don't want to come out and make a press release saying Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, and Paul George will not come back at all for the rest of the season. Because they know, as a Clipper fan, even if you're going to mock me saying that those Clipper fans, whatever, regardless, they know that their ticket sales are probably going to drop immensely. They're going to probably have to lower their ticket prices. They're more than likely going to they're going to probably see a drop in tickets bought, because why the hell am I going to go to the game if I don't know, if I already know going to the game, the Clipper superstars aren't going to be playing at all. The Clippers have been keeping this door open, this weird door open, like they're all going to come back this year. I don't think they are. Paul George could shock me. He might come back and play tonight. Kawhi Leonard, he's already passed like his return date, what he was expected, because he only had a partially torn ACL. He should have been playing He should have been playing by now with the timeline they said. So he's clean that. And then freaking Norman Powell, he fractured his foot not too long ago, a few months ago, at least 2 months ago. So I highly doubt he's coming back. And even Ty Lue's saying he's barely getting shots up and stuff like that. So, you know, I think it's more of the money factor why the Clippers never shut them truly down, because they know ticket sales will drop. Fans probably won't come out to games, because I'm not going to watch the B Squad Clippers. We already know what to expect, but Clipper fans are typically loyal, so they'll show the games regardless. That's what I'm saying. Just shut them down. But I also think they're keeping this whole window open is because the playoff picture. Right now, the Clippers are the 8th seed in the Western Conference. They will be playing the play-in game against the Minnesota Timberwolves if the playoffs started today. And I think the Clippers, the reason why they want to keep this whole Kawhi Leonard could be coming back, Norman Powell could be coming back, PG's questionable tonight and could be coming back soon. It's because they believe they have a legit shot at making another run to somehow get to the finals this year, and do what they could have potentially did last year and win it all. If not for Kawhi getting hurt, I don't care if you call me Clipper Homer. If Kawhi Leonard don't get hurt, Clippers win the championship next year, not the Milwaukee Bucks. We might have still gotten the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Clippers matchup, but I think the Clippers would have beat the Bucks that year, in that year. Especially the fact that even though Giannis was playing out of his mind on a hyperextended knee, I think the Clippers would have done a lot more than what the Suns could have did. Because they have the wing depth and the bodies to have been able to at least slow Giannis down a bit, and stuff like that. But we'll see where that goes. And then, like I said, some of the surrounding players were playing out of their minds. Terrence Mann, if you remember from that playoff, he literally willed the Clippers to get to the Western Conference Finals. Reggie Jackson, who I'm on and off in, he played definitely his best basketball in his career, more than likely, that year of the playoffs. And that's what bummed me out about Kawhi getting hurt and us losing in the playoffs last year, because it's like we can't replicate what we had that year, man, especially in the playoffs. So yeah, but anyways, all the the thing is, the whole thing is like, okay, we just got to get into the dance, and if they come back, well then guess what? We have a legit shot. Now, I personally call bullshit on that because I don't believe one bit that they're coming back. If Paul George comes back, okay, but I don't believe for one damn second Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell are coming back. Especially if you're trying to rush them back into the playoffs. Nuh-uh. But they believe they can get into the playoffs. I believe they can make the playoffs. But all of them coming back, I don't believe that one bit. But we'll see. So they want to try to make some playoff push, but in my personal opinion as a Clipper fan, I think at the least we're first round, maybe second round exit again. Because how far is Paul George going to take us if he does come back? The farthest he did is he willed us to a Western Conference Finals after Kawhi went out in the second round. But after that, it's like, I don't really see us going any farther than that. I think we can make at least a first round, get past the first round, barely more than likely, and then get to the second round and probably lose in the second round again. Which, okay, fine. But, all right, Paul George coming back. Just some NBA news I wanted to put out there, not only for Clipper fans, but just NBA news in general out there. So I will say Paul George does come back. I would say for teams, that are in that 6th, 7th seed area, are, even if the Clippers make the playoffs, and they're still the 8th seed or they get the 7th seed, they're either playing the Suns or the Grizzlies. I will say they might want to watch out a bit. Those two teams might want to watch out. Probably more the Grizzlies if we get that 7th seed. To watch out, because if Paul George comes back, then yeah, you're gonna have some problems. Now, if one of the other two come back, then you're really gonna have some problems there. But we'll see what happens and stuff like that. So yeah. But other than that, guys, let me get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on Paul George potentially coming back tonight against the Utah Jazz. How far do you think Clippers will go with just Paul George, or do you think they need Norman Powell and Kawhi Leonard to go even farther? As well as hit the subscribe button. If you want to get more Camfrey 15 Talk Sports, I talk about NBA, MLB, and NFL news whenever they're groundbreaking big news. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, peace.